Hello, hello, hello. We're live. All right. It's been a couple weeks. It's been, wow, the weeks flew by though. We did a lot of stuff. We had a lot going on. So today is just going to be paint pouring, just a mixture of different techniques and just catching you guys all up, telling you guys about all of our vacation. Oh my gosh, we've had so much fun, but now it's back to reality, back to work. That's always fun. All right, so first off, we're going to do a napkin ring paint pour. So we're going to do a black background. So how was everybody? How was your 4th of July? Uh, let's see. Right before the last live stream, right after that, we had our heat wave in the Northwest. Oh my gosh. It was so miserably hot, record breaking heat. So that was kind of crazy. But so we just got black. We just got a little 6 by 6 inch gallery wrapped canvas. And I'm going to use a napkin ring from the Dollar Tree, just a little plastic napkin ring. And the paint is mixed up just like any of my paint with Floetrol. And this is Cheap Paint's Mars Black. Is it? No, Lamp Black, actually. Cheap Paint has Lamp Black. Liquitex has the Mars Black, I believe. But this is the Cheap Paint's Lamp Black. And then we're just going to, it has no silicone. It's just mixed with Floetrol, maybe a tad bit of water, not much. Just getting those deep sides, getting it down over the side a little bit, making sure to get those corners. All right. So yeah, we had record-breaking heat here in the Northwest. Oh my gosh, it was so hot. I live near like the Portland, Vancouver area. And we had our record before this last heat wave, like 2 weeks ago. It has a record of 106. That is the hottest it had ever been, was 106. Well, we broke that record by pretty far. We actually ended up being about, was it 115, 116? What did we hit that day, Mike? 117. Oh my gosh. It was so hot. But we had about 3 days of 110, 100, in that range. It was crazy weather for this area. So I just put in the permanent violet from Cheap Paint, then ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, also from Cheap Paint, and then that pink was Diva Pink from Apple Barrel. No, thankfully we are not near the fires. There's fires, I believe, in like central to eastern Washington, and then unfortunately there's fires down in Oregon, quite a few fires. But thankfully, we are not near any fires right now. But oh gosh, that is just terrible. I was watching the news on that. Last year, the fires got a little bit closer, but this is a super, super early for fire season. Usually, fire season is not this early. So that is not good. So just layering a few more of those colors, then I'm going to gently just move this through. But hello, Novella. How was your 4th of July? How have you been? It's been a couple of weeks. So we had that heat wave. And then just as the heat wave ended, that very next day, we took off and we went down to, it's kind of, I guess, would you call that Southern Oregon? We went down to Roseburg, Oregon. And we went to, they have the Oregon wildlife safari there. Oh, that was so cool. I had been there when I was a kid, but the rest of my family, I had not shared that with them yet. So we made it down there. And so since, the pandemic and since my immune system, we have not gone anywhere. Like I literally for 16 months or however long it's been, have been to a handful of stores, the doctor, the bank. That is it. So it was so nice to get out and actually leave the house and go somewhere. And we've gone on a couple little, 1 hour drives. We've gone on a couple of hikes here locally, but that's it. So it was so nice to get out and get somewhere. Yeah, BC, up in British Columbia, up in Canada, they have some horrible fires going on. Oh, just horrible fires all around. Not, thankfully, not close to us, but I hope they can get them under control. It's just terrible, way too early in the year, and it's just terrible to see. So, yeah. But we did go down to where now in Oregon there is fires, but when we were down there, there was not. So, but yeah, we went to the wildlife safari. So that's a drive-through wildlife safari. So you get to drive through and you get to see zebras, giraffes, bears, tigers, lions, cheetahs. They are, I guess, the world breeding program for cheetahs that they have there. So that's really, really cool. And then they have, so you drive through and you see all kinds of, hippopotamuses, rhinos, elephants, so many different types of like deer, bison, longhorn cattle, just, so much. And so then you can also pay and feed some of the, they have like ostriches and different, I'm not exactly sure. What are those other African birds that we got to feed, Mike? I don't remember the names of those. But oh my gosh, so you get to pay $5 and you get to get a cup and feed these animals through the window. These, just the, not, it's just one little section. So it's just these African deer and these African birds. But they try to climb in the car with you because they're so like intent on getting that food. So let me see. So your daughter's family lives a couple times a year. Oh, I'm glad that July 4th was quiet there. So that is good because yes, that is Northeast California. All right. Well, I haven't been up that direction. I've been in Northwest California out towards the coast, but I've never been up there. They had emus, but these were a little bit different than the ones that you got to feed. We did see emus. We saw all kinds of different birds. So many neat birds. But I can't remember exactly the ones we got to feed. But those animals, so you pay $5 and it's got these little like pellet things that are made, it looks like mostly grass possibly. And so you feed these deer, and these birds, and they come running up to the car and they try to get it, but they're so aggressive that they practically knock the whole cup out of your hand trying to get it. It's so fun, but it's just crazy. So you get to drive through twice, and it's big. It takes you a good long time. So I got to take my camera, so I took a ton of pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this one kind of out of the way, but fun, kind of abstract, kind of almost galaxy-ish. So we're going to actually do another one just like that, but on the 4x12-inch canvas this size. So yeah, it was a great trip. It was a quick trip, 3 days. On the way back, we did try In-N-Out for the first time. I had never, well, as a kid, I had like shakes in In-N-Out in California, but I had never actually had their burger or had In-N-Out as an adult. But we tried In-N-Out burger, and honestly, it was all right. It was good, but it wasn't like huge. Like everybody talks about it. I think we had our expectation up quite high for In-N-Out and thought it was going to be just great. It was all right. It wasn't bad, but it was nothing we'll probably try to go to. We have a few probably local places we like better, but we had not, because the pandemic, been doing anything like that. So that was kind of quite the treat to go do that as well. So you had the poorest cosmic looking. It kind of was, wasn't it? Oh, okay. So it's volcanic geothermal. Okay. We have a lot of that here because we're kind of at the base of Mount St. Helens. So we have a lot of kind of volcanic geothermal areas, geothermal activity and things like that. So interesting, very cool. I'm glad that hopefully their fire at your daughter's place there in California. Hopefully they will have a very mild, if no fire season, but it is just so dry out there. So I just hope I hope the fire season is not too terribly bad like last year, but I don't know. It's looking bad. They did not allow fireworks in our area, which I don't know if that's the first time that I remember in my whole life. Um, a few years ago, they banned fireworks within the Vancouver city limits. That's kind of our biggest big city near us. And so a few years ago, they had banned fireworks within the city limits, but we're out in the country. We don't live near the city limits. So fireworks were still allowed here, but actually this year, because of how dry it's been, and because we had just had that really bad heat wave, they banned fireworks here. We were not allowed, but that's perfectly fine. We don't usually do fireworks. Sometimes we drive around and look at other people's fireworks, but we're not a big family that usually does a ton of fireworks anyways. Yeah, they were emu and those mini ostrich looking birds. Yeah, that's what they were. Oh yeah, Rhea. They were I remember it was an R, but I could not remember exactly. They were called Rheas. They were really cool. Those were the ones we got to feed were Rheas. So yeah, so we went to Roseburg, and then that was just before 4th of July, just after kind of the heat wave. And then when we came back from that, we had 4th of July just here at home, real quiet, mellow, didn't really do much of anything, barbecued. It was real nice. What did you do for the 4th of July? Anything? And most of the people I've talked to didn't really do much of anything this year, just kind of real nice and mellow 4th of July because it just was so hot everywhere. Yeah, and In-N-Out has that big, huge reputation. We had really gotten I think we really thought it was going to be some amazing, and it was all right. It wasn't bad, but it just was an all right burger. It wasn't, exceptional. Oh my God, I'm going to crave this burger. It was just all right. So yeah, now I've never had, I'm going to try to say it right, Waterburger. It's I know it's not Whataburger. I know it's Waterburger. I think is how you say it. But yes, I've heard that is very good. I have family that lives in down near Brownsville, and I've heard that the Waterburger is very, very good. I've been to the Houston area before, but that was when I was a kid. We went to Astro World, and so yeah, that was super fun as a kid. But I have not been to Texas as an adult, so I've not been there and had that burger. But was I here during the eruption? I was only a couple months old. So I have lots of family that talks about it. My parents, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, everybody talked about the Mount St. Helens eruption. But and we live right at like the base of it. But no, I actually was only a couple months old. So I've seen lots of pictures and lots of videos. Trying to get some of that color to pop up through from that black. The black is a little bit thicker than I would like it to. So we're just stretching that out and getting some of those cells to pop up through. We might swipe it a bit, I think would help. So let me get my palette knife and get it wiped off. So, oh, you just hung out. Yeah, that's pretty much what we did. We just hung out. That's what we usually do is just kind of hang out. Sometimes we do go camping for the 4th of July. We didn't go camping until a few days later this year. So, yeah, we went camping. It was so nice. We did so much the last couple of weeks. So then as soon as, see, I'm not liking how I'm going to actually swipe right black right back over that. Oh, I was going to, but we're going to blow out some of that. and you will uncover some of those cells, but that swipe did uncover some. We might swipe and blow and just kind of mix a whole bunch of different techniques here. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this now this way. But yeah, so we went to Roseburg, and then we came back home for the 4th of July, and then we packed back up and we went up camping, which we are big camping family. Do you guys like to camp? I know some people, it seems to be a very divided thing. People either love to camp or they're not so much campers. Our family is big campers. We love to camp. A few years ago, 2013, we went camping every single weekend one summer. Now that was cool. We went camping every single weekend in 2013. Now this last year, we didn't go camping at all. So we were due for a camping trip, big time. With it being so dry up here, we definitely we wanted to get to camping early in the year. So yeah, we have seen just a couple of minor eruptions. In, I believe, 2005, 2006, it erupted just little tiny poofs of stuff. But yeah, it was scary. So do you remember? Were you? Because some people, if they're not from the area, do not know exactly Mount St. Helens and the eruption. They just vaguely kind of know about it. You're too old to deal with heat. Well, that's how I feel too. I melt. We're here in the Northwest. We are not acclimated for that heat. It was crazy heat, like really bad heat. Just randomly kind of blowing around, uncovering some of those colors from beneath. Yes, it was so nice to get out of the house and get out and do a few things. So yeah, and then so we went camping up. It's the Mount Adams National Forest area, and there's some little lakes that you can camp besides, and there only is like you only see maybe one or two other campers around. You really don't see much of anybody. And we went during the week, which was really nice. Right after the 4th of July, so most everybody had been up camping for the 4th of July and gone home. And so then we headed up just perfect. So it was real quiet up there. Nobody up there. It was so nice. And it was just perfect weather. So we go where we're off grid. We have no cell service at all. And we just love it. So this whole last week, I had scheduled each of my videos to come out because we were actually gone and off grid. So that was super nice to be completely screen free, no internet for 5 nights, 6 days. We got to swim in the lake. We tried to fish. We didn't catch a single thing. So it was just so nice. The adult children and grandchildren love it. Your idea of roughing it is the Holiday Inn Express. That's awesome. We had done the hotel thing the week before, gotten to swim in the pool. So that was so nice. So we had a little of both. It was so nice to go a couple of days on a vacation to just 2 nights in a hotel and see the Oregon Wildlife Safari, and then come home, have 4th of July, pack up and go up camping, and then get a few days of camping. So it's so dry in our area. We normally go camping in this spot where we can get huckleberries, but you get huckleberries probably in about a month usually. Well, we usually go up, in August and do the whole camping thing. Well, we decided to go early this year because it is so dry. We were super worried that it would be too dry to go get huckleberries later in the season. So that's why we went this last week and not in our normal time of August. But it was just perfect weather. It was a blast. Tent camping, and they don't have any campfires in our area. It's just too dry. So we didn't have a campfire. So that kind of sucked. That's a big part of camping, is having a nice campfire, but that was okay. We didn't get to do s'mores, but that's okay. It was no big deal. Oh, yes, the mosquitoes. Yeah, the huckleberries are super dried out this year. I really don't know if there'll be much of any of a huckleberry harvest this year. So that's super sad to see. So we're going to do a quick dirty pour. We've got some various blues, a little bit of gold, some white, some turquoise, some Key West. And so, whoa, that wanted to. And so we're going to do a dirty pour here in just a moment on another 6x6 canvas. Let me get some of this lighter blue. All right, that is plenty of paint. It was a nightmare at a distance. Yeah, my family talks about it being quite the nightmare. So I was only a few months old. So yeah. I've seen my stepdad was actually, he was on the mountain. He was a tree planter. They were replanting some of the logged areas during that time. And he was up there on the mountain that day. So that's kind of crazy. And I'm so glad he safely made it off. So, all right, we're just dirty pour right across. Just kind of get some ribbons across there. And then we'll give it a little torchy and a tilt, making sure it's those 6x6 deep canvases. So make sure to get all the side and those corners, those pesky corners. Sometimes they are just the hardest. So, but yeah, it was amazing camping. Hey, Whitney, how are you? So are you still in the Northwest? Are you enjoying the Northwest? Oh my gosh, we had that heat wave, and now we've just had perfect weather. It's been so nice. We did our camping trip this last week. That was absolutely amazing. So we did 5 nights. So the first night, so normally, we go up into, bear country. We know there's going to be bears up there. So we're very careful about, leaving our food out and just aware of our surroundings, because that's where they live. We know we're going up into bear country. But this year, I guess there's been a lot of sightings of bears. And so there were signs all over and everything. So we were extra cautious and extra aware, but we did not see any bear or have any sort of encounters with any bears. And we actually didn't see any deer. At this campsite we went to, we in the past usually see quite a few deer come walking through, but there was no deer. So that was interesting. So a lot of super, super cute little chipmunks, but that was about it. Super cute little chipmunks and beautiful birds. Oh my gosh, some really beautiful birds.
The two ponds were looking for place to fish.
Oh yeah, Mike did. I guess he was looking for a place to fish, and he did see 2 little fawns, and so he walked up on them, and they went scurrying, running off. So he was the only one that was able to see, but he saw 2 little baby fawns. So cute. Oh, I'm just loving this one. So one of the blues, the ultramarine blue, had the silicone. That is it. No silicone in the other colors. So I'm loving that I did those ribbons with that, happened to be some of that ultramarine blue. So then when I torched it, we've gotten kind of ribbons of cells. Super nice. Well, I might even try to redo that one here in just a moment. We might do 2 of those. Oh, you went to up to Mount Hood. Oh, awesome. Oh, you made it home yesterday. Okay, awesome, awesome. I'm so glad you had a nice time. It's so beautiful up here, so pretty. Ah, so you went up to Mount Hood. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Monica. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you? I was telling everybody about our camping trip. It was so amazing. So we're just back from our camping, and so it was just so nice to be screen free, totally unplugged. I didn't do any paint pouring because I didn't bring any fluid acrylics, but I did bring some regular just acrylics and some brushes and even some watercolors, and just did some abstracts and some kind of landscapes and stuff. So that was super fun to sit down and actually take the time to do some brush work. I'm always so busy. I never take the time to get the brushes out anymore. So yeah. So I am so sorry we couldn't meet up, Whitney. It was a crazy last couple of weeks. We had we went down into Oregon, and then we went up, towards where you guys were at camping. So it's been just a whirlwind. And then there's absolutely no service. We're about 2 hours from service where we went camping. So I'm actually going to grab another one. We're just going to do that one right again. I hope you guys don't get bored of it, but I kind of want to try to see I'm going to use the same cup. I'm going to of course, I don't remember the layering, how we layered it in there, and it's going to look so different, but we're going to use the same colors and get kind of a similar look. So yeah, it was so fun. Tent camping, completely off grid, no service. So the first night, we are a big camping family and normally go camping a lot, but we hadn't been camping for a while. So, you're kind of a little bit, when it's completely off grid like that, the first night, it's dark and it's quiet and you're kind of listening, because we had also heard there was this bear sightings up there. And so we were aware of, listening for a bear and all that good stuff. So it was about 1:30 at night. We are sound asleep at that point, totally sound asleep, totally no sounds around us, nothing. And all of a sudden we are awoken by this humongous crash. Shook the ground, everything, this huge crash. So, my first thought is bear. But I was listening, no more sounds, no more sounds. And then all of a sudden, lightning. Oh my gosh, horrible lightning storm out of nowhere. Lightning all around us. It was dry, and then all of a sudden it started a few drops, but it never did really like full on rain on us. Just a few drops of rain, and the lightning was off in the distance, so we were safe. But it's kind of unnerving your first night back to camping after not camping for so long, then suddenly lightning and big noises. So we think that the big noise was over a tree. I think a tree fell down at the campsite, like a little ways from us. So I don't know. We never did figure out exactly what it was. Oh, hey, Whitney. Bye. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to meet up another time. So I'm so glad you had a good time, but thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, Mount Hood has got so much. It's so amazing up there. I have never been skiing up on Mount Hood. I've never been downhill skiing, so I've never gone up to Mount Hood. I've done cross country skiing is what I normally have done. And so we just do that in, the hills over here in Washington, our cross country skiing. So, but yeah, so that was our first night there, was this crazy loud noise in the middle of the night. So a lot more turquoise in this one, I'm noticing right off the bat, but another beautiful one in that same color scheme. So that was our first night there, was kind of crazy loud noise. But then after that, the next 4 nights, completely quiet, no lightning, no weather at all. Beautiful, beautiful weather. We got to swim every day. It was just so amazing. Making sure to get down each of those corners. It's just much easier right now to get everything. So I'll put them side by side here in just a moment, and you can check out what a difference the two side by side using the same colors, but not in the same combination, not in the same order of colors. Get those moved aside, and we'll get those side by side. I love them both, but they kind of match, kind of don't. So let's get that camera moved over just a tad bit, just a moment, and I'm going to move the camera just a slight little bit. There we go. So there's the two that I did. So it's so fun to do them side by side like that. It's such interesting to see, like, same technique, same colors, and they match, but they don't match. That's super fun sometimes. Just getting those edges. So yeah, it was such a nice time, relaxing time to sit there and stare at the lake and just be unplugged. So it's nice to be home, though. It's nice to now get right back into it. I've got so much stuff I'm working on, super busy. In a couple weeks, we have our first in-person show where we'll be selling at again. So we have not sold in person in almost 2 years as well. So that'll be interesting. So we've been kind of gearing up and getting ready for our in-person selling. So, all right, I'm going to get these two moved aside, and then we'll do another one. Anybody have any certain technique they would like to see? Any certain color combinations? Yeah, kind of nature's fireworks, huh? Definitely. It was definitely nature's fireworks, 1:30 a.m., and it was kind of quite the awakening. But it was very loud crash that actually woke us. But that, we believe, was a tree falling. That's what it sounded like, quite a large tree. So I am going to just move the camera slightly again, so I hope that doesn't bother anybody's. All right. So yeah, Mike loves the thunderstorms. He's quite a weather fanatic. So he was just loving it. He didn't mind that at all. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to do a split color background, half white, and then half, I think black I'll do. And so we'll do, and this is an 8 by 10 inch canvas. All the paints are mixed just the same. I try to tell you the colors that have silicone, but very, very few have silicone. And we'll do half the canvas black, half the canvas white. And then I'm going to do one of the mini blower little paint pours in the middle. Yeah, Mike wished he was closer to it. I was quite comfortable with how close we were. It was off in the distance, so that was just fine for me. But yeah, it was a shame we couldn't have a campfire, but at the same time, I completely understood not having a campfire this year. Way too dry up there. Way too dry. But a beautiful, beautiful lake. It's probably about 30 feet deep. Super big lake. And I got the big idea this year to swim. I didn't want to swim across it. So I thought I'll swim the diameter of it. I'll swim around the edge of the lake. And I had done this as a kid. This is somewhere I camped as a kid. So I thought, oh, I can swim around the diameter of the lake. No problem. Well, as a kid, the other side kind of had like a shore, and it kind of had places where you could walk. So if you would have areas where you didn't have to swim the whole way, you could kind of walk up along the shore a little ways and then swim a little more, walk the shore a little. Oh no, they do not have anywhere you can get up on the shore. It was just straight like cliff into the water's edge. It was swimming the whole way. And it was like across the lake. So I had already swam halfway the diameter of the lake. And then I realized, oh no, there was no shore to walk along. So that was quite the workout. I did not realize I was going to be swimming quite so long. Thank you. For some reason, it held that one for review. Maybe because you used the word junkie, but I mean, you were saying adrenaline junkie, but we had to approve that comment. It held it for review. So, all right, now I'm going to put down, I've got some of this. It's kind of a lime green color, and I don't even know what color. I mixed that up quite some time ago. And then a turquoise. But yeah. So yeah, we had an amazing time camping, and then we came. It was perfect weather the whole time we were there. Came back down, and it's not too bad weather this week either here. So that's kind of a treat. Not too hot, but enough. It's 75 to 80, 82, I think, somewhere in there. So, all right, this green had silicone, and one blue, the ultramarine blue, had silicone. Those are the only two that had silicone. Do not have silicone in my white or my black. I usually never put silicone in my base. So, but yeah. So that's where we have been the last couple of weeks. But now we're back home. We're getting ready for our upcoming in-person sale. So if you're in the Portland, Vancouver area, it'll be at the Clark County Fairgrounds on the 24th. So I've got the little mini blower. It's the one that's hooked up to the USB. It's not too loud. So I am going to use this. So if you're using headphones, you might want to turn your headphones down, but it's not super, super loud, but I am giving you a warning right now. I am going to use it. It gets slightly louder. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be kind of at a 45-degree angle. Going to kind of brush across this side, come back to this side. And so I'm not going to try to talk over it. So I'll be quiet for just a moment. All right, so I have a little bit of area. I'm not liking how it kind of muddied up right here, loving through here. So that's fine. I'll show you how I would go in and I will take that out and I will just fix that. If you have a little area you don't like, you can always mess around and fix that little area. So first I'm going to torch it, see what kind of cells, because we did get quite a few air bubbles with the little blower thing. Oh, no worries, no worries. Use whatever words you want to. It was just funny to see that it made us approve the comment. It didn't just automatically show up. So we had to just press approve. It made us review the comment. No worries, though. No big deal. I just was kind of like, why did it review? That's the only thing I can think of. But so, yeah, Mike just loves those storms. So we're going to go ahead and give it a torchy. Kind of see what we get. Those colors really pop up nicely with that black. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scrape a little bit of this completely just off. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So we've scraped a little bit of that area off, not completely. Going to go back in with the white. Fill that back in, and then we're going to blow out the edge with a aquarium tubing a little bit to make it more look not scraped off like it looks right now. So let me go ahead and get this white base back down. Wipe off my palette knife to make sure I have a nice clean palette knife so we can get in here and try to clean up this white. All right, now we're going to grab our aquarium tubing. Oh, I have one around my neck. So yeah, I love these little, I got this one off of Amazon, these little world's smallest leaf blower is what it is. It's the world's smallest leaf blower. And it is great for blown pours and Dutch pours on kind of the smaller canvases, on the smaller. You can go in and do some more detailed kind of, but you can't blow a ton of paint around. So it's perfect for smaller canvases or detailed blown areas. So I am looking at maybe getting a new hair dryer though. Do you guys do Dutch pours? What hair dryer do you use? I have one and I've used it before, but it's really big. So I'm looking at some of the smaller hair dryers. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, we don't get a ton of big storms here, usually just one or two a year, and they're not a huge, huge storm. So you can also come in with your finger and kind of just however you would like. I'm still not liking that area. I'll probably mess with it a little more here in a minute. But there we go. Here's a split with the black and white negative space, and then the blown pour on it with that mini leaf blower. And that's just USB. I think they do have a battery operated one, but mine's a USB one. So, all right, now I'm going to do, what should we do? What technique would you like to see? You know what? For a Dutch pour where you're going to really want to, like a smaller Dutch pour, my colors were all just the same consistency. But yes, you do want for a Dutch pour, you want your colors a little bit thinner. But I wasn't really worried about it. You can kind of get away with the same consistency, not really having to thin them down. If you're doing kind of a smaller canvas, you can kind of get it. But if you're really wanting to do a larger canvas and really blow that paint out, you definitely want to thin it down. For a Dutch pour, you usually, yes, want to thin it down a little bit. In that specific example that I just did, it wasn't thinned down. So, all right, let me know if there's a color combination you would like to see, a technique you would like to see. I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is Cameo Pink from, it is Apple Barrel. It is Cameo Pink. And so I do have two more canvases after this one. So let me know if you have a special request on either of those canvases. Otherwise, I'll just keep going and keep chatting. But yeah, it was so nice for vacation. It's so nice to be back as well. And it was so nice to get out camping again. I love the Northwest. It is so nice where we live, where we can go just like 2 hours to the beach, an hour to the mountains, or, you know, we're so close to just, we can go to the big city if we want to go into Portland. We can go up to Seattle if we want to, but we can get to the mountains. We can get to kind of even like some of the high desert in Eastern Oregon if we really wanted to. We have really privileged in this area wherever we want to go. All right, so I'm going to do another, I can't decide. I kind of want to do another blown one. Okay, the Revlon Hot Cold 2 speeds. Okay, I will definitely check that out. Now, I also need to get, what I want to do is one that has a diffuser attachment. So I am going to do a blown pour here with another one of the with the little mini blower. I am taking treadmill oil and I'm putting it at just one little drop in this plum. It is Craft Smart Plum. So that'll be our color with kind of silicone. And we're almost out of that color. We really don't have much. All right, that should be plenty. And I think I want just a tad bit of black. Not much though. Little bit of gold, pink and gold, black, so pretty together, especially this shade of pink. I really like the shade of pink. You want to see one in red, yellows, and oranges? Yes, definitely. I have a bunch of red, yellow, and oranges all mixed up, ready to go. Do you have any specific technique? What technique would you like to see? All right, I'm thinking I might just put a little bit of this. Just a little bit of that cobalt blue. All right, for those that have any headphones on or anything, here is your warning. I'm going to be using this again. So I'm going to turn this on. Same thing I just did then. And so hopefully it's not too super loud. Oh my gosh. So this one, let me turn that off. The base was quite a bit thinner. You could see those paint colors just fly. So now we're going to kind of just, I want this to go over, but I want this to stay there. We'll try to blow it around a little. But wow. So that was a little bit thinner of a base color. Then so that you can see the difference. It made it really fly across there. Yeah, I love the mountains too. It's just so nice. And we have the Columbia River Gorge here. So that's where we drove way up the Columbia River Gorge and then headed up kind of up north into the mountains from the Columbia River Gorge. And that's kind of where we go. And it's just something about it. It's really kind of renews the spirit, renews the soul for a little bit. Now I just need to go to the beach because I do love the beach as well. Oh, $35. That's not too bad. So it came with the little attachments and stuff. Yeah, the little flat one is the one you need for the paint pouring, usually is the most helpful one. So, all right. I'll have to check that one out. Thank you so much for the suggestion. You choose the technique. All right. So we have another 8x10. Should we throw some black in there as well? Do some red, oranges, and yellows on black, kind of some fire. Kind of make it look fiery. Maybe we'll try something like that. So look at how crazy, as I've kind of waited here, haven't really manipulated it, stretched it out, and you can just watch those cells pop up. I kind of like this one. I kind of really like the color combination we got going here. All right. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get this moved aside, pull out some reds, oranges, and yellows. We've got an 8x10, and I think we'll throw in some black in there. Maybe we'll do it on a black base and see if we can get some fun fire looking. So, all right, lovely. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Grab this 8x10. All right, so we're going to do this one and then one more today. But we will be live the next couple of Wednesdays. Then in August, we are going to take another Wednesday off here and there. We've got a few different appointments and different things. So, but this, we will be live the next few Wednesdays. So I hope you guys can join us. But we got this canvas here and one other today. So, all right, we've got a little bit of a clog. So always make sure you strain your Floetrol. And then these bottles have been mixed up for a few months now. Now, after they've been mixed up in the bottles, you tend to start to get goobers. So that's the only problem with having them mixed up long term. So, but they will last as long as, but they start to get kind of goobers with the sides starts to dry on them. And so all right, I'll get that kind of spread about and then get some yellows and oranges and reds. That'll be nice. Just using a cheapo plastic palette knife to push that around. And all my paints are just mixed the same. But I do have all of the ingredients to do blooms. I got, the wood conditioner. I got the polyacrylic, all that to mix up my own recipe for the doing blooms with the US Floetrol. I got all the ingredients, all the right paint to do pearl pours, the extreme sheen and, all that. I got all the paint to do cloud pours, the enamel paint. So those are some of the videos coming up. I've got the enamels, I've got the extreme sheen. So we've got some new techniques from my channel. I haven't done any cloud pours, pearl pours, or I have done a few blooms, but we've got blooms coming up. We've got cloud pours coming up. We've got all kinds of fun stuff like that. So stay tuned for all that. All right, I'm grabbing out some yellows, some reds. So we've got the cheap paint. I think I would like to do, I'm going to do kind of a little bit different. We're going to do blown again, but we're going to actually do it kind of two areas blown out there. So that is the Scarlet from Cheap Paint. Here is the orange. What is this one called? Orange Yellow from Cheap Paint. Very vibrant, bright oranges and reds. All right, now we're going to do some yellow, but we're going to get out the silicone. We're going to put the silicone in the yellow. So what is your favorite color, Novella? Is it in this family, the more warmer, the reds, the oranges, the yellows? You're excited for this one? Awesome. Yeah, you can always request some color combinations, request different techniques if you want to see them, and request anything like that. It's always fun. So this will be, it has a little bit of silicone. So that is the lemon yellow from Cheap Paint. And then I also have, I think I do. Yeah, the a little bit brighter of the yellow too. And I'm going to go ahead with a little bit more of that red. All right. The cloud pours. Yeah, I really like the soft kind of look of those as well. So that I got all the ingredients and I'm working on those. So those will be kind of some of the next videos coming out from my channel is some cloud pours, pearl pours. Oh, sorry, no warning. I did not give the warning. I'll let you know now. I'm going to be turning this on. Sorry, no warning. So it's going to get a little bit louder here. All right, now we're going to get out the aquarium tubing and we're going to kind of blow that around and give some little detail spots here. You're a fire girl. All right. So yeah, kind of some fiery colors there. The reds and the yellows and the oranges really pop on black. Such a good combination on black. It really makes those colors just pop out. And what I really like about this color combination, so I used the color Scarlet. It'll dry real true to like a primary red. Now they also have a crimson, but the crimson dries a little bit darker. I would have also used a little bit of that as well in this pour, but I didn't have any mixed up, so I didn't want to stop and mix any right then. But the crimson will dry a little bit darker than a true red, and then the scarlet dries just a beautiful, nice, bright red. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you're having a good time. That's what I love, is to kind of connect with you guys and kind of chat with you. And it kind of feels like we're just kind of hanging out. That's what I kind of like. A few weeks ago, I was doing the series of like teaching specific techniques. And I feel like when I do that, I have a lot of pressure to say certain things and teach you guys certain things. So I don't get to just freely chat as much. So that's why I've kind of switched it up and not doing so much of a themed lesson each week. We're just chatting and doing whatever technique that comes to mind, whatever color combination that comes to mind. And then we can just freely just chat about whatever we want to chat about. That's why I kind of like no pressure on it. And I kind of like those type of live streams a little bit better. So awesome. So glad you're having a good time. So I'm going to come in just a few spots here, a little here, and get a little bit of blown around. Just some light, not hard. So you can get kind of more like feathered out look with blonde by feathering out like this. Or this way, I'm trying to get more of those wispy points. So I'm blowing more of a straight down directly at the canvas and out, not like wispy out this way. That's what I'm going for there. So, all right. Love how it pops. Those colors really pop on that black. It's truly not as hard as it looks, but yeah, I get that I do make it look easier than it is, but it's also not as hard as it looks as well. It's really about getting that consistency down. Once you get your mixing your paint down and your consistency down, you can really, and then just focus on one technique at a time. Don't get overwhelmed trying to try every technique at the same time. Try, focus on one technique, whatever technique really speaks to you. Just work on really like acing that technique, and then move on to, a little bit different techniques and add, more techniques. But it's all about the consistency of the paint. Once you get that consistency of paint down, you can do it. So, all right, I don't see any more air bubbles. And I think that looks pretty good. We'll leave it about like that. Yeah, that's exactly it. I want to enjoy it, not feel pressured. And believe it or not, I'm actually super shy. And so I get super nervous before going live. Once I'm actually live and talking and going, I'm not quite so nervous, but ahead of time I get nervous. And so if it's like I did the series, just a few weeks ago where we did each live stream was like a certain technique, and I was like felt like I really wanted to make sure I told you everything I could about that technique. And so I felt really pressured to make sure to remember to say it all. So I like these a lot more, just mellower, no pressure. It's nice. So, oh, thank you, thank you. I'm going to move this one aside. This was an 8 by 10 inch. And so we do have one more, but that's going to be our last one for the day. So we have one more of these long, oh, sorry, I bumped the tripod. I hope that didn't make you too dizzy. I try not to hit that tripod, but every once in a while. So, all right, we've got a 4 by 12 inch. It's one of the deeper canvases from Michaels. It's about 1.5 inches, I believe, deep. I am going to do I think I'm going to do Key West for the background. And then I think I'm going to do like a stretched kind of ribbon pour. So we're going to put just kind of the negative space. The background is going to be this Key West color. We're going to pour a dirty cup. So put a bunch of colors in a cup. And then we're going to pour ribbons and stretch those ribbons out. So we don't have to go to the edge just yet because we'll stretch it out to the edge. So we don't need too much. So I'm just going to get these little shot size mini little solo cups. Since we got the orange out, let's throw some nice orange in there. We also got Craft Smart Coral. Hi, Christine. Welcome, welcome. Yes, live paint pouring. Welcome to the channel. I do live paint pouring every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So we've been live here a little while and chatting and having a great time. Getting some oranges, some coral, some lemon yellow. Now we got some Diva pink. We're going to stretch this out on that Key West. So some nice tropical colors. So we have been live now for a little over an hour. I usually try to keep the live streams to about an hour. So this is our last one, our last pour for today. But I will be live again next Wednesday. But let me know if you have any questions or anything before I do finish this one. I'd love to answer anybody's questions. Oh, I did get a little drop. No big deal. So I'm just getting some more paint than I probably need in here. Trying to find, so this ultramarine blue had some silicone, and that kind of lime green color had silicone. When I say silicone, I put treadmill oil. Oh, I'm so glad you learned a lot from that series. And that's still up. You can replay that. And I am going to be, so I have like a how-to series that I did not on live streams, but I did it actual videos. I am going to be redoing, I'm going to be going back and redoing a bunch of my old videos now that I've really learned a lot about video production and everything. So, all right, we have just a variety of nice tropical colors. Oh, you rewound a little bit, so you're behind. Oh, that's okay. You'll hear us eventually when you catch up. Thank you so much for coming and joining. So I'm going to stretch this out, doing kind of a stretched ribbon technique. But yeah, I usually try to keep it to about an hour. So not too much longer on here for today, but then we will be back live next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let me get a little bit of elbow room. We've gotten just a variety of colors out today, running out of the elbow room here. Love my new table surface. Such a large new table surface. I would not be able to do this many pours with the old table setup. So this is nice. Look at those colors pop on there. Those are bright. So, but yeah, I'm going to go back through a lot of my old videos, and I might redo some of the beginner paint pour series and a few of the different videos. I want to redo, I did like a cactus video I'd like to redo. I did a seahorse video. Just a few of those that I've already done. It's been a year, some of them even 2 years. So I feel like I could probably improve on the quality of the painting and also the quality of the actual video itself. So I will be coming out with a new beginner paint pour series here coming up. So, all right, look at those colors, that Diva pink and that orange. Those will dry super bright. Certain colors, you know, sometimes dry a little bit darker, but those colors, the Diva pink from Apple Barrel and the orange yellow from Cheap Paint, dry real nice and bright, just like you see. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's sweet of you, Novella. Thank you. I try to, you know, this paint pouring has given me so much just joy. So why not spread that joy? I try to just share any information, any knowledge I might have with you all, just because, I mean, it has brought me so much joy. I just hope it'll also paint pouring and the different things that I've learned just by trial and error can hopefully help, you know, other people out because and bring them as much joy as it's brought me. That's what I'm always hoping for. So yeah, and Mike's kind of nice too. Yeah, definitely. Mike, my mod, Mike the Greek, that's my husband. So welcome to the channel, and we try to put out some few videos a week, and we do a live stream every week. We did take the last couple of weeks off. We went camping and went on vacation, so we are back to live streaming every Wednesday. But the last couple of weeks we were gone actually, so it's kind of nice to get back into the routine and the schedule of things. So here is one of these stretched ribbon pours. What I really like about these stretched ribbon pours is you get like some nice negative space, but the negative space is kind of like spread throughout your painting really well. And you also get some that base color will pop up as cells as well. So that's kind of cool. If you stretch it out enough, you'll get some of that base color to pop up through there. So let me straighten this one out real quick. I'm noticing off to the edge. All right. It was wanting to slide right off on us. One of those ones we did earlier in the live stream. So, all right, guys. Do you have any questions for me or? So, yeah. Oh, I'm sure your memory is not as bad as you think it is. We all say that. Oh, my memory is bad, but then when you get to thinking about it, it probably isn't as bad. So my memory is pretty bad from the strokes it did, but just the memory from like right before the strokes and right after the strokes, my memory is pretty bad. But anything the recent years, it's not too bad. But yeah, I have a definite window of time that's missing. So, but all right. Oh, those gloves are so sweaty. Get those gloves off. But this is our last pour for today. So we did a whole variety. We did some dirty pours. We did some mini leaf blower pours. We did a napkin ring pour. We did the stretched ribbon pour. So a nice variety of pours, some nice black negative space, some black and white split negative space. So just all kinds of variety. And that's what we'll probably do again next week. So if you have any suggestions for techniques or color combinations next week, let me know. I hope to see you during the live stream next week. And I'll take a few, you guys can make a few suggestions and I'll do a few colors and techniques that you guys suggest as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today. There's always a little bit of a lag, so I never want to get off here. I always ask everyone, you have any questions? And I worry about pressing that end stream before somebody has typed out their question. So if I ever do that to you, you can always ask down in the comments, or you can message me over on Instagram or anything like that. If you have any questions, maybe even after the live stream has ended, you can always ask me questions over on any of the social media or in the comments below. So, all right, guys, we really do appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, truly appreciate everyone. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, and hope to see you next Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We'll be back live next Wednesday, and hope you have an awesome week in the meantime. And I'll be working on some cloud pour videos, some pearl pour videos, and some blooms. So a whole bunch of new video content coming out this week. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And you guys have an awesome, awesome week. Have an awesome rest of your day. And be the change you want to be in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world, guys. All right. Have a good one.